da 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 da. Hi there, it's me, Minister Lenore. I have some raw video from TikTok that I think you need to see. You need to see the American people from what they are expressing. I think that we need to talk about this and start to relate with one another. So there's a lot of videos ahead, so check all of them out, and we need to talk about it. All right.
A nursery rhyme. Karen saw you walking black. Call the cops behind your back. She's the queen of the sneak attack. Mind your business, Karen. Karen saw you in a hoodie. What's he up to? No goody. Will he rob me? Maybe. Would he? Mind your business, Karen. Karen saw you in the park, grilling hot dogs after dark, and she knew she'd have to narc. Mind your business, Karen. Sometimes Karens can be men. Those are Karens we call Ken. Fully armed and angry then. Mind your business, Karen. Think before you make the call. Lives are at stake. Okay, Boomer, out.
Y'all want to know what makes me really upset? The fact that y'all acted like black oppression was some trend. The fact that y'all act like my parents' lives, and my friends' lives, and my family's life, and my life is some deplorable joke. Because at the end of the day, y'all can log off social media and go to bed and wake up and not have to think about race. But when I wake up, I will still be black. And I will still be in fear of my life just like I have every day since I was 10. So I'm sorry if TikTok is a little too political for you now, but I didn't know that my will to live was such a political topic. I didn't know that me wanting to have a future was such a debate. But I guess it doesn't really matter what I say now, right? Because it's not as trendy, because the trend's dying off, because y'all don't care about making change. You care about fitting in. And it shows.
Hands up, please don't shoot me. Hands up, please don't shoot me. Hands up, please don't shoot me.
My husband and I were driving down the street the other day, and I look over and I see a young African-American male sitting handcuffed on the curb. There were not one but two police cars at the scene, and he was surrounded by 4 officers. My heart sank. I was nervous. I was scared for this young man, and I asked my husband to pull over. He said, "Do you know him?" I said, "No, I do not know him personally, but I know we need to watch and make sure that this ends well." So we got out the car and we sat and we watched, and by the grace of God, the young man was released and was able to walk away freely. But we know in this day and age that is not always the case. And I take this personally because I have 2 black sons. I am begging you, I am pleading to you, stay with our sons. I will stay with your son. Please stay with
Oh,
mine.
baby, why Barack Obama got me fired up right now. Y'all know he was down there delivering the eulogy for John Lewis. Let's take a look at the video.
We may no longer have to guess the number of jelly beans in a jar in order to cast a ballot.
Right. Shameful.
But even as we sit here, there are those in power who are doing their darndest
What they doing?
to discourage people from voting.
Oh, yes, they are.
By closing polling locations.
They trying to.
Targeting minorities
Right.
and students with restrictive ID laws.
Mm-hmm.
And attacking our voting rights.
Yeah.
With surgical precision.
Say that, Doc.
And undermining the postal service.
Come on.
In the run-up to an election.
Because they know they gonna lose.
It's going to be dependent on mail-in ballots so people don't get sick.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm ready to vote. Baby, let's get in some good trouble.
And we murdered people. We did it every day. And your generation doesn't know that. You don't know that. So that's why this Vietnam veteran, combat medic, who took injured and dead soldiers off the helicopters, this is why I did this. Well, I took an oath to defend my country. And then when I got to Vietnam, we committed atrocities. We committed atrocities every single day when I was in Vietnam. I took an oath to defend this government. And when I got to Vietnam, we committed atrocities. I stood next to a ditch in Vietnam, and we murdered 170 Vietnamese people. And you guys don't know that.
Sir, are you all right?
Well, that was a direct spray.
Coming on the front line, kill the baby on the street. What up? I want all my gang niggas. I want all the gang niggas. Any nigga that's gang. Yeah. Any nigga that's gang.
Hi. Protesters and Black Lives Matter movement, please hear me. I believe we are walking into a trap, and it is a trap that has historical precedent. Listen to me. In 1933, Hitler was chancellor. He was not yet dictator. February 6th, he introduces censorship. February 27th, with elections looming as they are today, the Parliament building is set on fire by protesters. Historians know it was not protesters that set that building on fire, it was Hitler's own party. But being able to pin it on the protesters allowed Hitler to take the dictatorship. And we all know what happens from there. We cannot let this happen in the United States of America. We know that Trump is baiting the public. Trump is baiting us to protest more. He is creating violence. Cops are creating violence. White people are creating violence. And it is being blamed on the Black Lives Matter movement. We are so close to the November elections. We can't let him take our votes away. Stay inside and vote.
Please help us. Please do whatever you can. Like, share, comment, duet, whatever it is that TikTokers do. I'm not that big on it. But guys, the mayor of my hometown, Wichita Falls, Texas, the mayor said that racism exists in the organization of the city of Wichita Falls, and it is best to turn a blind eye to it. At the city council meeting that we held to try to get the Confederate monument moved from City Hall, he said it exists. He's not been recused. No one's doing anything. Help us.
Is there systematic racism in the United States? Of course. In the state of Texas, of course. The city of Wichita Falls, of course. Probably within this organization, the city of Wichita Falls. Of course, those things exist. Maybe sometimes turn a blind eye to these things, ignoring these things is the methodology that we should choose, that I should choose.
Something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Because I'm a single mom and I work full time and I have to come and spend my nights with you because I can't stand in my own streets and say Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! That's why we're here. We're not here because of some building. We don't care about the building. We don't care about your stupid fence. We care about Black lives. And I'm a mom and I heard George when he called out Mama. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Because George called out for his mama.
Wish I had
you all have moms. Your mom loves you. George's mom loved him. And my kids love me and I want to go home to them. But they agree that this is important. And it's not about some white ladies. It's not
in power who are doing their darndest to discourage people from voting by closing polling locations and targeting minorities and students with restrictive ID laws and attacking our voting rights with surgical precision, even undermining the Postal Service in the run-up to an election.
Everything will be fine. Everyone loves black culture.
Yes,
they love black culture, but when it comes to black people, they're kind of let me grab my kid, let me touch my purse a little tighter.
Yeah.
Growing up, there was a white kid who told me that he didn't want to play with me because my skin was dirty. And I came home and I told my mom, Mom, wash my skin so I could play with all the other kids.
I can tell you how many times I've been asked, deliver this, wheel this around, that I'm a delivery person. I am, the patient transfer person. I'm not a medical student who's there to sort of care for patients.
We've been put inside of this box that we can only be ignorant, that we can only come from single-parent homes, that we can only participate in gangs.
The truth is that being black in America is like walking through the store and people are scared of you or
being stopped by law enforcement for no real good reason.
When we have dreadlocks or braids.
If a black guy has a hoodie on,
they see thug no matter what. So
we have a 14-year-old.
I'm not saying you should do this. I'm not saying that I did this. But it would be really unfortunate if you registered as a Republican and then voted for the Democrat anyway. It would be really difficult for the Republicans to limit your vote if you're registered as a Republican. In fact, if you registered as a Republican in a typically Democratic area, you might limit their ability to gerrymander or suppress the vote in that area. If everybody in your area changed their registration from Democrat to Republican, in fact, they might be encouraged to allow more people to vote based on, the increased number of Republicans registering. They might even think that the area that you live in that they previously lost was going to flip to their side. And they'd work harder to get the vote out in your area versus trying to suppress the vote in your area like they've traditionally done. It would just be really unfortunate if they caused their own demise because you chose Rep instead of Dem.
We had to sit in, we had to stand in, we had to march. And that's why more than 50 years ago, a group of unarmed citizens, black and white, gathered on March 7, 1965 in orderly, peaceful, nonviolent fashion to walk from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, to dramatize to the nation and to the world that we wanted to register to vote. We were beaten. Tear gas, left bloody. Some of us almost died on that bridge. But the Congress responded. President Lyndon Johnson responded. And the Congress passed the Voting Rights Act. We've come a distance. We've made progress, but we're not there yet. There are forces that want to take us back to another place. We don't want to go back. We want to go forward.
Da 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 da.